Hey, everybody. It's a beautiful Tuesday, June the 29th. It's National Camera Day, and it's time for the Wize Guys and Girl, sponsored by Kmart's Portrait Studio. Log on to make your appointment because, well, seriously, you want to commemorate that hair with some 8x10s. As always, let's start with Sir and the weather.
I think it is at this point that I'm supposed to ask, is it hot enough for you? Currently 26 degrees, working our way up to a high of 27, feeling way hotter than that with the Humidex. Rain on its way to break it up a little bit, and we're in for a bit of a wet spell for the next few days. And not for nothing, but a random daily shout out to a jar. That's the magical thing that a door turns into when it is open.
Speaking of magical, if you think the Zeller's restaurant, Skillet Restaurant, was awesome, you should see the hairdressing salon. Whoa. You get done up there and go right to the restaurant, you are a hot stuff, for sure.
I totally forgot about the salon.
Wasn't it called Hot Mess?
Well, yeah, part of it.
Well, they're reopening tomorrow, but I think I'm going to let them practice for a week first before building up the courage to go in.
Yeah, I need to go, man. I miss.
You know, maybe you could take Freddie and me in at the same time.
I think he's supposed to go next week.
Yeah.
He's had his hair done more than me. What are you talking about?
I think there might be a fun for that.
Doctor more than me. He's had these dogs have gotten way more than we've gotten. Imagine the dog's grooming is essential, but who cares about us? We don't need anybody to help us out.
Yeah, there's
Your nails don't scratch to me.
There's a whole world of pets are going to go through some serious separation anxiety when we're all back at work.
Good Lord. I'm not. He's going through separation anxiety and I'm here. So how is that going?
You need to get out more then.
Oh my gosh. This dog.
Well, everything comes into focus on National Camera Day. The day commemorates photographs, the camera, and their invention. And we recognize all types, even backup cameras on cars. I mean, these backup cameras are great. Since I got one, I haven't looked back. And cameras on iPhones, haven't they come so far? Actually, I don't think they should even be called phones anymore, since it's pretty much the least interesting thing that they do now. Calling an iPhone a phone is like calling a car a cup holder.
This is true.
I'm not sure if you checked the news already this morning, but there was a news story about a photographer who was injured in a freak accident yesterday. He was about to take a group photo, and a giant wheel of cheddar rolled over and crushed him. Witnesses say that the group was trying to warn him, though.
Oh, jeez.
The other camera that we could celebrate today is security cameras, which are very helpful. And I learned that there was a Komodo dragon working security cameras at a store for other Komodo dragons. And mostly he makes sure no other dragon is spying on the customers. He's a monitoring a monitor for monitoring monitors.
Oh, gosh.
So there you go. All right, it's time for Tunes with Tamik. Tamik, what are we listening to today? I'm thinking it's our first foray into Def Leppard.
I did see that song, but I picked another one.
No, tell me it's Kodachrome.
No.
Come on.
No, there is. I'm in my Neil Young bag today.
All right.
He has a song called Distant Camera. Have you heard that song?
No.
Neil Young is a writer, man. So the first verse, the flash from a distant camera, reconnecting thoughts and actions, fragments of our missing dream, pieces from here and there, fall in place along the line, disappearing between you and me. I'm like, damn. He was doing something when he wrote that. But it's a great song because it just basically talks about, I guess what he was channeling is when you're kind of picturing yourself in a certain space, but maybe looking at a distance, and just talking about sort of how you can observe yourself and see yourself in and amongst all the aspects of your life. And I'm like, that's like the song, and it keeps going. But it's a pretty deep song. It's one of those songs when you look at the lyrics, you have to kind of pause after you read the first, and then you gotta go again and pause again, and then listen to the music while he's singing. It's pretty interesting, pretty deep. But the last part too is beautiful because it's a love song also. So now forever we will live as one, floating in love's atmosphere. If love is a piece of dust shining in the sun, all I want is a song of love to sing to you. Woo! Anyway, so I looked at the Def Leppard one. I was gonna pick it, and then I saw this one. I'm like, this one has my heart. So today's choice is Distant Camera by Neil Young, a true poet, a true poet in music. So that's my pick for today. If you're feeling a little bit like thinking about love and thinking about life, this is a good one. And think about it inside where it's cool, if possible. So that's my pick for today.
And if you've got to bang your head, go listen to Photograph by Def Leppard.
Exactly, because it's definitely a bang your head.
A good choice to go with your heart. All right, it is time for Ventures with Venturo. Venturo, what have you got for us today?
You know what? It's Tech Tuesday, and of course, I'm going to cover the camera, right? So, we all have cell phones. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried to take a picture of an object that is moving. And you get it, it's kind of blurry, right? So your kids are running around, you want to take a picture, and you see the hand like it's a kind of blurry motion, right? So there's a feature on the phone that you can use to fix this. Anybody know what that is?
The reverse thing where you just do a selfie instead.
It's image stabilization, but I just can't remember what it's called.
There's a mode on it. It's called burst mode.
That's it, burst mode.
Right.
So it does multiple, catches multiple, yeah.
Yeah. So burst mode is awesome, right? It does continuous shooting, right?
So you get 10 crappy shots instead of one.
It takes multiple frames per second, and it gives you a much better image than you just trying to catch your kids steady, right? So even if they're moving, it doesn't matter. Once you use burst mode, it's pretty good to go. So all you need to do is just hold down the shutter button, and that's it. It will take multiple images very quickly, all right? So experiment with that feature on your smartphone today. And I'll close by saying, a couple of years ago, I went online and decided to buy a camera for AC.
Wait, was it the one for school?
It was a Listen, I don't even know where that camera is. So the only thing I was looking at was how many megapixels, right? So I said it was like something like 25 megapixels, which was one of the great features you look for when you're buying a camera. When the camera came, it was the worst camera in the world. Tamik knows the story. She can't stop laughing. Every time I see the camera, I got so upset. So you know what I did? We just hid the camera. Tamik, where's the camera? I don't even know.
Well, we found it when we were moving. Because I remember opening a box. I'm like, why is the camera? Every time he saw it, he was so angry at himself. I'm like, oh, because his iPhone was better than the camera.
It was a bad one.
It's a pretty useless camera.
All right, so guys, go out and take some great photos today. We have the tools. That's it.
And it's in a box somewhere out there for sure. And maybe it can be a giveaway prize when we resume in-person services.
I'm pretty sure we moved it. Did we move it?
Yeah,
we moved everything. We touched everything.
Yeah,
it's somewhere in that room. I don't know where, but that was funny. How many 4 years later you're still mad that you bought that?
Is the Polaroid print still developing? In the first, I think, 25 megapixels. It would take a couple of years for it
to
process, you know? I understand your impatience and all that, you know?
That's funny.
Okay, it's Tuesday. Time for Tuesday's trivia.
Yeah, you know, I got so many stats today for the trivia, so just hang on, get comfy, get a coffee, and here we go. Did you know that 75% of people don't turn their cameras on voluntarily for Zoom and Teams meeting? Because most have COVID-19. And to add to that stat, did you know most fathers take too many baby photos? 90% of kids still get flashbacks. What even surprised me more, as travel restrictions are lifting, think about this for a second, folks. 25% of tourists donate their cameras to locals while on vacation. The locals appreciate it, but they still don't understand all the yelling as they walk away. And 100% guaranteed, there's no mention of any cameras in any religious text because it's not canon.
Oh no. Is that it?
That's all she wrote.
Oh boy.
Well, all right. On a quick show note, we're back tomorrow, and then we're going to take a break until Tuesday, and when we'll be back with more fun and games. I probably actually didn't have to announce that. I could just tell Colette and Kathy on Thursday when I see them. Oh, anyway. Oh, going to be seeing them safely, of course. Totally safely. All right.
Look at us for our social media influencer if we wanted to expand our audience by 2.
Oh, I think she's coming back. So there's still hope. All right, have a great Tuesday, everyone. We are the Wize Guys and Girl, leaving you smarter and happier than you were yesterday.